Hi, I'm Dr. John DeLancey. I'm a tour leader from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, and I lead trips for Imagine Tours and Travel. One of my privileges of leading trips to Israel is to see how people interact with God's Word. They read the Bible in context. The Bible, as I like to say, comes alive in 3D color. It's really an exciting and inspirational experience for people who visit Israel. And as we take a look and experience and visit all the biblical sites, usually there's at least 40 or 50 sites that we see over the course of a tour. But it really helps the Bible come alive. It gives people a framework. It gives people insights to the culture. And of course we use archaeology and historical geography to do that. But it also is a trip that inspires people's hearts. So for instance, when we stand here at the very temple steps here in Jerusalem with the Mount of Olives behind me, we open our Bibles and we can read Mark 13 about how the disciples, for instance, even mentioned how beautiful this temple was to them. Or the story of Acts 2, and perhaps this is where Peter preached his sermon on the day of Pentecost. Visiting Israel, of course, is a very safe experience. We have absolutely no issues with safety. We're never looking over our shoulder. Of course, that's hard to convince people who are either considering a trip like this, but it's indeed a really great experience. It's a safe experience and really a trip of a lifetime as people interact with God's Word and certainly with Jesus himself. Lastly, it's really a thrilling experience to know and to explore the ministry of Jesus from the Galilee here to Jerusalem and everywhere in between. It's great to open up the Gospels and really focus on the life and ministry of Jesus, how he taught, where he taught, how he taught, and certainly we are impacted in really unspeakable ways. When people go home, I always tell them that the most frustrating thing about going home is that they will never be able to explain their trip to anyone else. And that's really the case, because it's a trip that goes beyond words. So I invite you to join an Imagine tour or one of my trips through Biblical Israel Tours and see for yourself and experience Israel firsthand.